Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something pretty much all of us have felt, but maybe don't totally understand: loneliness. We're going to dig into what it is, why it hits us so hard, and most importantly, what we can actually do about it.
You know that feeling, right? It's so strange. You can be in a room packed with people, maybe at a party or just a busy street, but you feel completely and totally isolated. If you've been there, then you get the central paradox of loneliness. And this quote just nails it. Loneliness has nothing to do with how many people are physically around you. It's all about the quality of your connections. It's a feeling, an internal thing. So that pang of loneliness, it's not you being weak or weird. Think of it more like a check engine light for your social life. It's a vital signal. We're going to break down what that alarm is trying to tell you, and we'll shift our thinking from just finding connection to actively creating it. Okay, let's dive into our first section. We're going to look at what is actually going on inside our brains when we get that sting of loneliness. Right? So think about it like this. When you're hungry, your body is telling you it needs food, right? Thirsty, it's yelling for water. Well, loneliness is the exact same kind of survival signal, but it's for meaningful connection. It's an evolutionary thing that pushed our ancestors to stick together because, there's safety in numbers. And this is where it gets really interesting. The neuroscience behind why loneliness hurts is wild. Brain scans show that when you feel rejected or really isolated, your brain lights up in some of the very same areas that light up when you experience physical pain. So when you say a breakup actually hurts, you're not just being dramatic. Your brain is processing it in a way that's shockingly similar to a physical injury. So, if our bodies have this built-in alarm for loneliness, what's the system designed to prevent it? That brings us to our next part, where we look at the actual architecture of our social lives. Turns out our ability to connect isn't infinite. It has a blueprint. This number, 150, might just look random, but it is one of the most important numbers in understanding human social groups. It's called Dunbar's number. So here's the deal. A researcher named Robin Dunbar suggested that because of the size of our brains, there's a cognitive limit to how many people we can really maintain stable relationships with, and that number is right around 150. It's not a super strict rule, of course, but it shows us that our social world is naturally built in layers. You've got your tiny inner circle, and then wider and wider circles of friends and acquaintances. And this right here shows you why we have that limit. The complexity just explodes. I mean, managing the relationships between 10 people is one thing, but 50? That's over 1,000 potential one-on-one dynamics to keep track of. Our brains are smart. They naturally save our energy for a smaller, more manageable group of high-quality bonds.
Oh, right. Now we're going to zoom in even deeper. We're going from the structure of our social world right down to the brain chemistry that makes it all tick, the actual hormones that make us feel connected.
You've probably heard of oxytocin. People call it the bonding hormone or the cuddle hormone. It's this powerful little thing our brain releases during positive social stuff, like giving a hug, having a really good conversation, or just being around someone you trust. And one of its biggest jobs is to hit the brakes on our stress response. But what kind of conversation really works? I mean, does a text message give you the same biological boost as actually hearing someone's voice? Well, a really cool study decided to find out. So researchers gave a group of young girls a stressful task. Then they split them up. Some got to talk to their moms, either in person or on the phone. Some could only text their moms, and the last group had no contact at all. Then they measured their levels of cortisol, the big stress hormone. And the results, well, they were pretty mind-blowing. Seriously, let that sink in. For the girls who were just texting, that stress-reducing effect of social contact was completely gone. Their stress levels were just as high as the girls who had no contact whatsoever. But the ones who could actually hear their mother's voice, their cortisol levels dropped way down. Their bodies responded as if they were all alone, even when they were texting with their mom.
And this shows us the simple biological chain reaction. Hearing a supportive voice with all its warmth and tone and rhythm is what flips the switch. It triggers oxytocin, and that oxytocin then directly tells our body's stress system to calm down. It's a huge reminder that how we connect really, really matters.
So, we know loneliness is a biological alarm. And we know that the quality of our interactions matters, right down to the chemical level. So, what do we do about it? How can we actively build the connections our brains are crying out for? Well, when researchers looked at a ton of different studies, they found there's no single magic bullet. The things that work are actually super varied.
I mean, look at this list. It's everything from joining a choir to animal therapy to even just learning computer skills to open up new ways to connect. The big takeaway is that there are many paths, and the key is to take action.
And here are a couple of really powerful, simple ideas you can use literally today. First, learn to love your weak ties. You know, the barista you chat with, the person you say hi to at the gym. These aren't your best friends, and that's the point. There's no pressure, but they give you a huge sense of community. And second, practice validation. It's just the simple act of showing someone you hear them. Using little phrases like, "It makes sense that you feel that way," makes people feel seen. And feeling seen is the absolute foundation of real connection. So, when you boil it all down, here's the big idea. Connection isn't something you just find by luck, like finding a $20 bill on the street. It's something you build, something you create. It's an active process. So the question I want to leave you with is, what's the first small thing you're going to build? What connection will you create?